Dreckenheim has fallen. The once shining capital of Westemar was devastated by unholy fire from the stars. 15 years later, adventurers, soldiers, priests, and cutthroats swarmed the city, seeking riches, renown, and revelation within the ruin. But nightmares and death prey upon those very souls from within the shadows of Westemar. Welcome to the Shadows of Westemar. This is an unofficial live play based on the world of Drakenheim by the Dungeon Dudes used in the D&D 5e system. I'm Ziggy, your showrunner, and I'm pleased to be here with Alhana. Oh boy, it's not picking up my audio again because I tried to update. You cheap fuck. There we go. Okay, Alhana.
Hi, I'm Alhana, and I'll be playing our little Chaos Goblin Sprock, the Barbarian.
Oh, wait, I should wait.
We have Timmy.
Hi, I'm Timmy. I'm being an arcane hand monk, and I'm a Lanishi named Bastille Oversat.
We are missing our moose, who will be playing Hunter's Moon, the reborn cleric monk. And today we are joined by a new player, Ozma.
Hi, I'm Asma. I will be playing Anna Kostroma, a mystic Laneshi blood hunter. I think that's the name of the class.
Yeah, that would be the class. Now, for the sake of, honestly, Ozma impressing me with how fucking fast, sorry, which pronouns should I be using?
She or they both work.
Okay. And do not be afraid to hold me accountable if I fuck up. I want to be correct, even if it means leaving.
A lot of times I make the characters she, her, just to make it even more direct.
I have DID. Don't know. It's a form of schizophrenia, so sometimes the voices in my head, literally, will fuck up what I want to say.
Fair then.
So, Ozma impressed me very deeply with how fast she got her character together. We didn't really have time to build up any kind of connecting strings, so we're gonna go through the session and worry about the connecting strings later. We're just gonna assume this lovely new character is already with the party.
Hey Timmy, do you want me to be your cousin? We're both Laneshi.
Why not? I like that. I have a cousin.
Excellent.
Also, if you hear weird Daisy-related noises, she has a new treat. Her dental treats came in. And now she's burying her face in my work clothes because I think she had too much mint.
Now I gotta put down I have a cousin.
Alright, so...
Yeah, I should...
Go ahead.
Wait, what's the other way for cousin? Is it nephew?
So if the parents are related as siblings, it would be cousins.
Oh, okay. It's cousin both way. I don't know why I thought.
Yeah. I know there technically is a gendered term for it, but fucking no one I know uses it.
There is?
There is a gendered term for differentiating between male and female cousins. It is something that lost popularity around the 1500s because people just stopped fucking caring. You can actually partially thank William Shakespeare for that shit. For popularizing singular they, them. Yay, history facts.
What's your last name?
Oversath. You
How
want
do
me
you
to spell it
that?
out? Yeah. OVAR. And then SATH.
Okay. I'll just type my character in chat if you can't see it.
And I'm gonna stay up a little later than usual to help everything. Because I do like helping connect the dots. And this fucking lidocaine patch is trying to come off my back, but it's definitely... Hello, Daisy. Definitely working better than the last one. Come here. The chat wants to hear you. Yes, Ohana?
The English word for a female cousin is cousiness.
It makes sense, hearing it again, why people don't fucking differentiate.
That's long words.
Come here. I can't pet you from there. Moose, your goddess is trying to demand that I get out of my chair.
You should listen to her. Take her pointers.
That means you want to get your D&D time.
That's you know what. That's fine. Daisy supersedes my addiction.
That means you're going to deprive Ohana of her addiction.
She fulfills her addiction way more than I do.
Hey, Moose.
Hey, what's up, man?
I got a cousin.
You got a cousin?
Yeah. We're cousins now.
Oh, sweet, hell yeah! I didn't know I had another family member. Shit.
Yeah, we're gonna flush out all the connecting strings later. What Ozma needs to know is that the party was currently doing a job. Do you want to tell the story, Daisy? The party was doing a job for the Amethyst Academy in seeking a way to do business with the dwarves at the near the crater. The dwarves said that they would do business if they were able to get them freedom from the Queensmen. The party then met with a couple of the Queensmen representatives who said, "Hey, you get this shiny staff down there. We'll at least hear you out, and you could use that as a bargaining chip." The party then spent 15 minutes trying to figure out how to light up a fucking stick.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Okay,
We don't.
Nothing will be mentioned about that.
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Sounds like an Ericos issue, to be honest.
Right?
Eriko solved the fucking
It's
problem
fine.
by taping it to a torch and then lighting the torch on fire.
I think the DM is going senile.
I have the recording, shit fuck.
That's wrong.
Yeah. You can
Edit it.
fake that shit.
Edit software. You got editing
Yeah,
software.
you gotta edit that shit, right?
About to deep fake my hand across your face.
Hey yo, what?
Oh, that hurt my head.
Violence inherent in the system. Help.
I'm depressed.
Yeah, well, I didn't vote for you.
You did get a magical glowing sword last session.
That I can't use.
That's a you issue.
It is a me issue.
That's literally
is
a
true.
sword.
I'm pretty sure
Tell
our
you,
new
shut up.
player could use Twilight.
Yes, I'm good with sword.
Yeah, isn't it just a basic ass longsword?
I'm a monk. I
Yeah.
can't use that shit.
I said our new player, not our useless player.
Oh,
Mean.
Yeah, I
No, it's-
believe it is.
Uh,
I haven't even been in here for like 10 minutes, and Zig just verbally punched me in the throat. Jesus Christ.
Like right in the Adam's apple.
yeah, no, Twilight is a +1 greatsword.
Oh. No, I don't want them.
Yeah, we'll find something. I promise, there's loot in Drakenheim for you. I
Well,
also
yeah,
have...
I mean, it's not like I can already make my sword magical.
I
Blood
also
Hunter.
have this
I want no.
big ass box of magic items that I can pull cards out of.
Zig's really good about making custom loot for his players. He gave me a weed stick.
I gave him a
Oh, fuck.
+2. I gave him a +2 staff that gives him a daily use of plant growth.
Freaking,
I literally started a dispensary.
Daisy, come
a
here.
little cart and a freaking staff.
My One Ring character could have used that.
I know Sharesies.
Hello, mascot.
Sharing is caring, therefore I do not care.
Well, when it comes to tubby time, I can share.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
sharing is
the-
caring with the tub. Go ahead.
So, the party got the item, I believe they took a long rest, because they pretty much said, fuck their patience, we're doing what we need to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we left off the last session with like ending it on a long rest and then saying like, "Oh, if the skeletons are still there, I will literally chase them down and beat them over the head."
Yeah, because you have turn undead. Fucking clerics.
Boost.
Yeah, this squeaking in the background is just par for the course when Daisy's involved.
Again, stream mascot.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just so
why
happy
that's why
that-
she's 3 of my fucking emotes about to be 4.
I'm happy I got a cousin.
Alright, so we already hand waved the other threats being killed because they were kind of a joke, and let's face it, there was no way that they were gonna be a threat to y'all. So we're just gonna go ahead and drag you up. Why did I close that? I need to actually put myself there too.
Oh god, I just realized I was the negotiator last time. Oh no.
Wait, is the map only in Twitch or?
It should
it's-
be in Roll20. However,
Yeah,
I
if
forgot
you-
to save your fucking token.
Okay.
Sure, the DM says I'm the one with the skill issues. I see.
Save settings.
Shots fired. Shots.
Update default token and save. There you go. Now I put y'all there because that's just kind of the best position for y'all to go up and down the stairs.
I still see nothing but a big black screen. Oh, never mind. I'm dumb.
Yeah, no shit. Alright,
Oh.
for the sake of the blind, there.
I forgot that this is how it worked. Okay, it's not like our other game.
Yeah, because this is actually official. Well, it's the official module I bought through Roll20.
Me.
I don't speak German neither.
Sounds like a whole lot of hoopla.
Molly, I may need to borrow the war crime stick. For these two and Daisy.
What?
Daisy, I can't bend over.
It
You
is
gotta
fair.
remember-
Zig has had to put up with us like twice this week.
This is very true.
So those who don't know, I slipped a disc on Wednesday.
Mm.
And then I had to work in a factory for the last 3 days. And then earlier today, a fucking fly kept pissing me off while I was trying to do my paperwork. It flew and almost went into my eye, scared the shit out of me, causing me to fall backwards off the stool onto my back.
Doesn't that just make you want to spread some Christmas cheer?
I was asking people to firebomb my building.
Jingle bell, jingle bell.
Jangle jangle.
Ugh.
My spurs.
No, he's dead now.
I can still cry about it.
Bring the toy here, Daisy. Okay, so who is approaching Mel about the item? Because, well, I should say this. As you return up the stairs, the two big men who were guarding the door originally are still there and paying attention, while it looks like Mel covered himself in the remnants of what looks like someone else, one of the dead people's armor, as a blanket and is taking a nap on the brazier.
I don't know why I really thought you were gonna say covered in Crisco.
Uh,
Oh,
I almost said the ashes of the brazier, but I stopped myself.
Grandpa's ashes.
Not a bad flavor.
It's pretty good.
quit. I'm done.
Alright. So, who's approaching the lazy sleeping bastard?
You know, I did last time, and I don't think I negotiated very well.
Hey, Longshank, wake up, we're back.
Yeah, oh, what? What took you so long?
It just did, okay.
Well, do you got it?
We got it.
You gotta show it to me?
I hold out the burning what was it? The burning sword with the rag still around my fucking hand.
It's a scepter.
The scepter, yeah. Right. It's been a while.
It's all good.
Alright, looks like I was looking for. Alright, so, I can't really give that go ahead about the whole meeting, but I can. I'm gonna assume you're not gonna let me take that.
Not if we don't get our meeting.
Alright? I'll set up the meeting. You give me 2 days, we'll get you that meeting.
Well then, until then, I don't think you're gonna mind if we hold on to this for safekeeping.
I don't think I can physically take it from you.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Figured as much. Alright, so as he walks past, he pats Hunter Moon on the shoulder, grabs his hand and says, "Good do business with you. I'll see you again sometime."
But I'm checking my goddamn hand. Did he just yank it?
Uh, give me a perception check.
You little shit.
He didn't take the scepter, but as you're looking through everything else, you hear him start running, and you notice that he took your gold.
I immediately... Little son of a bitch. I'm gonna cast sleep on that little shit.
It does not work on him.
Of course it doesn't.
He has too much HP.
That's a great roll for perception.
Sleep! Why you gotta work like this?
I mean, it worked on those 3 ratlings.
Well, he just fucking booked it then, didn't he? Because I don't see him on the map.
He used his dash, then cunning action dash.
Oh. Couldn't even do anything if I wanted to. God damn it.
Sneaky roll.
Do we need to find this person?
It'd be a good idea because he just took our damn bargaining chip for our dwarves.
No. You have the scepter. He took your gold.
Oh.
He took Hunter's Moon's gold.
I am going to clock him the next time I see him.
That is vengeance, man. Vengeance.
You
And
have
just for
to
shits
after-
and giggles, because no one knows my face, I'm clocking him unmasked.
To an inglorious bastards, give him a moon on his forehead.
That sounds good.
Refresh this because Roll20 likes to have issues.
Okay, where to now?
Well,
Yeah, where did...
as much as I would like to chase after Mel, I don't really care. It's not like it's not like I really use a whole lot of money. I'm a priest. Money is not a big issue for me. So,
If you don't like money, you can give me your share in future.
I guess we just head back to the dwarves.
Yeah, and that's. We have the scepter now. We have the bargaining chip. That's all I can really think of where to go to.
I'll take your word for it.
So, there's the random encounters. That's where the fun is.
Yay! We throwing hands.
Let's go, my monk brother. Let's throw a hand.
What is our what is our newbie here?
Blood Hunter, Order of the Profane Soul.
That bag.
So I've got essentially like
rechargeable
fighter
one.
warlock.
The black bag.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
I
a
knew
very
that you were
powerful
based.
weapon. It has attachments. Sorry, someone was asking me for compressed air. Alright, so let me I guess. Give.
And it's so base that
Hang on, no. We're going to the delirium one, because the purple is
That's what I'm-
pretty.
Purple.
that just means I have a badass cousin.
Alright, so. Yeah, 20
It's
is
fine.
the
You got me around here.
Alright, so.
My favorite cousin shot a bottle rocket out of his hands.
So. As you all start making your way back, each of you give me a d6.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Max roll.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
What did I rolled this. Oh no.
We got 2 6s and a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck it. Sounds like we get to find an interesting place on the way back. What is that interesting place? No, we did that one. Moose lost a shoe there. Alright, so. As you're traveling back through. The spokes, you come across a wagon in the center of the road that. It looks as if it was abandoned. But as you get closer, you see horses still attached to it. As you get closer still, you notice that those horses are not alive. But they're still standing.
Huh? And that's all we see at the moment.
Mm,
Door rolling.
you know.
What you think?
Well, what I was gonna say was I was either going to cast detect magic, or
Ooh.
you could be smarter than me and do an Arcana check.
I could do an Arcana check.
Because you're such a damn nerd.
I have proficiency.
As we have seen with Dragon and his initiative rolls, proficiency doesn't mean jack shit if the dice 8.
Yeah.
So. Need help, Timmy?
No. So push Arcana?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Alright. With
Sexy.
the 15, you note that it doesn't seem as if any particular spells were cast, but there's a strong, there's a strong kind of aura coming from these two horses that almost mimics the haze.
Be careful. Their aura reminds me of the haze. be careful. Don't get too close.
So, like
Hunter's
when you
Moon.
get too high?
Yeah, when I smoke on that Saint Trina doobie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hunter's Moon nods his head and kind of crouches down to potentially avoid any not really trying to like stay hidden, just trying not to make any noise while he's walking around, and he's just going to inspect the back of the cart, and I'm gonna make an investigation check.
17.
Ooh.
Alright, in the back of the cart, you see two chests. Connected, these two chests are side by side. One is a dark oak chest with sturdy looking iron fittings. There seems to be, and opposite of it, is a very well made iron lockbox that's about the size of it's a little bit bigger than a briefcase, and connecting these two seems to be some kind of braided copper thread.
I
Oh.
want to inspect the copper thread without actually touching it.
Right?
Another investigation check.
Yeah. You cannot tell too much other than this copper thread seems to be going into both of these boxes through very, very tiny holes in the side of each one.
I note this, and I look towards the party and tell them that we've got two storage containers over here, but there's the copper wire in between the two of them, and I can't tell what it does.
Would it help if I try to help with an investigation check?
You can try.
Okay.
Everyone's favorite DM saying.
Yes.
You can try.
Oh, my favorite is to do when I DM is you don't see any traps.
I think my favorite phrase will be, "You sure about that?"
Oh no. Oh no.
Look,
Alright,
look, we got the same.
but still, you come to the same conclusion. The only difference that you notice on these boxes, there is no locking mechanism.
I do notice that there is no locking. This is very strange.
I almost
What
Sorry,
are
go
you
ahead.
longshanks looking at?
I point out the chests to Sprock and tell him about the locking mechanisms being a little funky, and I point out the copper wire in between the two of them. I also motion Ericos and I'm sorry, what's your character's name?
Anna Castroma.
I motion Ericos and Anna Castroma over here and get them to look at this, and I want to
Okay.
ask Ericos because he's the big brain apparently. I want him to take a look.
Yeah. Leave Ericos alone. I've got this. Spock takes out the immovable rod. He places it just underneath the wire and activates it. So it's just floating there, and the wire's literally just like laying across the top of the rod.
Alright.
Spock then takes out his leather working kit and takes a couple of nice long lengths of leather thread and will tie round at both ends of the rod round to like secure the wire to the rod, so whatever happens, that wire is not moving from its position.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh,
Nice.
fucking smart.
Alright.
So what is the next step? Do we snip both the wires? How does this work?
Well, if it's a trap, I think what we're going to hear is open that one, that one gets destroyed. Open that one gets destroyed. Why not moving now? Just be able to open both.
So, do we just open them both at the same time then?
Sure.
Okay, I'll open one at the same time as someone else.
All right, I got you.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright. The people who are opening it, give me a dex save.
Yeah, you go ahead and move.
dicks in my ass.
No.
Alright. So, Anna, you're fine. Hunter's Moon, as you open it, you hear a snap, a hiss, and it's the sound of a spring being released. And as the chest gets fully opened, a bunch of foul-smelling liquid sprays you in the face.
Okay. Hunter's Moon is not sure what's happening. He's like that shit just hit him in the face. He can't see, so he's stumbling back and like clueless.
Sprock, you know this smell. You know this smell as, basically a poor man's version of alchemist fire.
What the hell was that? What just hit me?
Stay away from flames for a while if I was you. Go clean your face.
Ericos, give me some damn water.
I have a water skin. I'll pour some water on you.
Ericos
Alright.
offers you a small vial. It's mostly clear, but there's a little bit of like a milky white tincture to it.
I trust that you're not going to light me on fire.
I promise that is not flammable.
Alright, just get this crap off of me.
He sits you down, with your back to the cart, pushes your head back so it's against the back of the cart, and starts pouring this liquid over your face, while just viciously, scrubbing with the palm of his hand.
It kind of hurts a little bit. I kind of like dart my eyes towards Ericos and I go, I can kind of feel my skin coming off. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
A little bit. Bugs might enjoy you for the next day.
I'm already dead. What does it matter?
Hope you like horseflies.
Oh shit.
You mean distill?
Well, at least he's covered heads
I'm a
and toes.
fee.
After that, you go to feel your face, and it is light, like very lightly sticky. Sorry, all I had was coconut water.
My face feels like it just got shoved into a beehive.
Yeah, he'll pass in a day or two. You can shove your face in some dirt if you want to get it to stop being so tacky.
Oh, haha, rub some dirt on it. Very funny, Ericos.
Yeah, works for me. Alright, anyway, the two chests. One chest has, fuck it, I'll be generous. 3 uncommon spell scrolls. And then the other, I want to make sure I get the sizes right, because I don't want to accidentally give you something stupid like a fucking geode. The other seems to have... it looks like 4 fragments of delirium, each one worth 100 gold.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
For Ozma, who may not remember, delirium is a special crystal that grows in Drakenheim ever since the meteor fell. Seems to have very unique and contaminating arcane properties, and many people buy it either for its appearance or for its more creative uses.
So, one delirium each.
We tend to just stick shit in the community chest, to be honest.
Mhm.
Ah.
I mean, if you want to add stuff to your own inventory, go ahead. It's just with this group, it's very, I'd say it's very communistic in where everyone pulls their resources.
Okay.
Mhm.
And do we know what spells are in the scrolls?
Yeah.
You would have to take some time to study them.
Okay, fair enough. I'll just put in that we have scrolls, and when we have a place to rest, we'll take a look at them.
Yeah. 3 on. You said 3 on uncommon.
Yes.
I don't know why I had a hard time saying that word.
It's because you're from Utah.
Shut your mouth, damn it.
Do you know that she sells seashells by the seashore, Timmy?
I did know she sells from the seashore.
I know that Moose clicks his toes when he's bored.
Go fuck yourself.
Alright. So, on our way there...
Sprock retrieves the immovable rod.
It honestly just makes that thumbnail of Sprock being so happy holding the immovable rod that much better.
As Sprock retrieves the immovable rod, the wire releases and causing these small sparkers inside the chest to just rapidly go off.
I ain't standing next to that shit.
I know, sir.
So Sprock saved you from a face full of fire.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Moose basically got sprayed in the face with gasoline.
You notice that I get my ass handed to me by inanimate objects more than creatures?
Oh
Yes.
no, those moles kicked your ass.
Those were not moles. They looked like moles. Damn DMs.
Hey, you were laughing at them.
I was laughing. But that's because I laugh at my own torture, okay? I could stub my toe and giggle.
Alright, so on the way back, you do manage to get, I'm going by the fact that we got 2 6s to ignore any potential issues. We got 2 6s and a 5, which is already kind of ridiculous. But you do manage to get back to the smithy at the spoke, or smithy on the scar. That's Slaughterstone. I should really alphabetize these.
No, not Slaughterstone.
Oh no.
Anything but Slaughterstone, please.
Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. I really should alphabetize this shit.
Zig really about to send us to Slaughterstone Square like he's fucking Keith David in the car. Welcome to
Wait,
hell,
what?
motherfucker.
What? What?
Oh, Timmy doesn't know jack shit about Slaughterstone. That's gonna be fun.
No.
Alright, you do
It's
manage to get back with relatively little issue. As, as you walk up, you do see that Mordecai is working what looks like on one of the blades you requested.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Okay. I guess Hunter's Mate is going to approach Mordecai.
No, you have the staff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll come with you.
Hunter's Moon approaches Mordecai and says, "How's progress coming?"
Little by little. Just need... Waiting on a couple of the people downstairs to bring me up the resources. But I will be getting it done before the weekends.
Very good. We might potentially have a problem.
Oh? And what would that be?
We went to go speak with a representative of the Queen of Thieves, and let's just say that they weren't too keen on coming to terms. They had us doing our own little errand for them, and we did complete it. But I'm not sure that Mel is going to hold up his part of the deal.
Oh, no. Probably not. Let me guess. You met with him in person and you nicked something of yours.
I don't want to talk about it.
I... Happened with Reggie's picture of his wife.
Just so anyone is clear, if anyone knows where he is, would you let me know?
Well, he's probably down at Buckle Down Row.
Well, if he passes through here, just let me know.
Well, besides that, he said he was going to set us up a meeting. A few days, he said. So, not giving up hope yet.
Well, do you know where he's supposed to meet you?
We kind of left that up in the air. I would assume that he's going to meet us back where we met in the first place.
I would not... I'm hesitant to believe that. He may be... He is an arse, but he's not stupid. If he meets you back there, you could easily set a trap, and he knows that. We tried it. We tried to shoot him with a cannon, and it didn't work.
You're telling me that you missed with a cannon?
We didn't miss, but he replaced all of our black powder with sawdust.
Well, that had to be a lot of cleanup.
Yep. It took Levi about 5 months just to start growing facial hair again.
I'm surprised he has any face left to grow facial hair on.
That's just dwarven craftsmanship. The cannon held up, it's just all that fire and smoke came out of the fuse hole. So, you got your meeting. Any idea what you're going to do in the meantime?
Honestly, we don't really have a whole lot left to do other than just hunker down around here until the meeting happens.
If you're going to wait here, might as well make yourself useful.
What do you?
What you got in mind?
Sorry if I go silent for a few seconds. My back is spasming because it's the longest I've sat down all day.
No problem.
I plan on getting a heating pad tomorrow. And beer. I need beer.
Beer is a necessity.
Maybe
Food,
some
water, shelter, beer.
Beer necessity.
Shut the fuck up.
What?
Got the beer necessities.
See, yeah.
Don't encourage.
I mean, I'm in Ohio. I could get the booth
Okay,
necessities.
we're cousins now.
Yeah.
We're family.
This
It's
is
all
getting
about
out of hand.
family.
Now there are two of them.
Now there are two of them.
Okay. So Mordecai points to you and says, well, any of you know how to work the bellows?
Yeah, just pump it. I'm sure I can manage.
Right?
Yeah, is that just pumping?
One of you works the bellows. I'm sure that Gertrude could help getting dinner going. And frankly, Reginald probably needs help getting some of the materials and work orders prepped.
If you got any lever that needs working on, I could do that too.
Bellows seems easy.
I suppose I'll help
I'll
with
go
the
for that.
I suppose I'll help with the supplies.
What do you need?
So, is there anything else you're trying to do while you're helping out? Bless you.
What do you need of me?
Oh, we could always have someone keep an eye out towards the crater. Don't
I'll be your
look like you'd be quite up to snuff for the people that we have here, but I'm sure you'd at least be a pretty good eye over the situation.
Okay, I'll be your lookout.
So, Anna, you work the bellows and start picking up a few little tips about how the forge itself is supposed to look in between breaks, or to avoid overheating. Start learning a few of the tricks and how to get it going the right way, keeping the airflow going proper, and start observing how they're shaping this metal you've never seen before.
Okay, I'm sure a lot of it'll go over my character's head. My character has an int of 8, so
Oh,
look, she's got a strength of 16 and a constitution of 15. Like,
Fair
bellows
enough.
is clearly the best thing for her to do.
Well, you're definitely fascinated by the looks and the very wide array of colors from the sparks with each hammer blow.
Yeah, that's true.
You see a couple others working on some steel, but all the sparks there are just like it's almost like a dull yellow coming off of them. But the metal that Mordecai is working on changes from purple to orange to green to blue. And it's almost hypnotizing watching the colors change.
Huh.
Man, I know what would happen if my other character was here.
That's where those sparks are talking to me.
What did one of them just call me a cunt?
The sparks are telling me to not do my taxes.
The the voices of the sparks are winning. The voices of the sparks are winning.
Alright, so, Sprock, you were helping getting the work orders, organized, right?
Offered to do like leatherworking, straps, wraps, and whatnot.
All
for
right.
weapons and armor.
You do end up working with you end up working with one of the dwarves, Sean, as he is soaking the leathers, but it seems that he's primarily cutting them into strips to make wrappings for different blades.
Mm-hmm.
As you watch him, you see about 4 different vats of water, and each one has a different sized fire underneath it to keep it at different temperatures. But what's interesting is that every once in a while, you see him just flick in to the water vat itself what looks like powdered delirium.
Hmm. That's an interesting way of doing it.
It helps break down some of the fibers, at least long enough for us to get the wrapping on. Once it all dries out, it tightens real well.
Hmm. I'll have to remember that one.
Just be careful if the delirium is not properly ground, it's likely to explode in your face. You hear an explosion going off outside of this particular spot of the smithy, kind of like that. And as you look over there, you see a very small trail of octarine smoke rising up from one of the other battlements.
Oh dear. What's going on over there?
More than likely, John thought that hitting it with the hammer was going to work this time. We tell him you need to use the meteoric iron to grind it down. It's the only safe way.
Hmm. Some people don't learn quickly.
He's either going to learn or die. Either way, he'll be out of my hair. He shows you to a couple different kinds of leather. You're very familiar with horse and cow leather, but one of the ones that he shows you, the hide itself is almost a pearly white. Now, this one is a bit of a treat. We had someone, uh, we had someone from Caspia actually requesting unicorn hide for the straps on his armor, but we can't do that for the straps. We told him that we can make him some cording for his weaponry, but he seems a bit less than cooperating. So, I was thinking actually using this on a bow. Because I'm thinking if we do, might be able to put an interesting enchantment on it to do a form of fireless marking arrow.
Hmm. Interesting.
I'm sure you've seen that weird purple fire that some mages throw around. I think I
Of
can
course.
copy it.
Oh, that should be interesting.
I'm actually real excited for it, but he feels it with his thumb. You see him kind of dig his nail into the side of it. Gotta soak for a little bit longer.
So, what do you need me to do?
If you're able to cut these down, actually no, someone with your hands, I think you'd actually be able to loosen up the fibers really well. Go over to the wood horse. You should be able to. Well, you should know what to do. Break down the fibers, get it to somewhere where you can just easily wrap it around your arm and toss it in the vat.
Will do. And Spark goes ahead and does as he was told.
Then we go over to Hunter's Moon. Hunter's Moon, I believe, was, if I'm remembering right, Hunter's Moon was the one helping with the work orders.
Yeah, I was the one who was bringing like the materials needed over to like where Mordecai was working on weaponry.
So Reginald hands you a bit of parchment on it, and you're overwhelmed at first by looking at it, but it's dozens of boxes describing ingredients needed for each work order. But when you take a look over at Mordecai's station, you see that the table itself is marked in boxes. And you kind of get the idea that you're trying to put the right material in the right box. Although you're a little confused because one of the work orders is requesting Quicksilver for a Warhammer.
I look over towards Mordecai and I make a puzzled face through my mask and say, "Curious, I didn't even know that you had access to Quicksilver around here."
To not necessarily here, but a couple of the dwarves from the mountains, every year or so they go on a trek through the Octenwald to find new resources. Apparently, they found a elven ruin that was just overflowing with the stuff.
That had to be recent.
This is about the last spring.
Hunter's Moon kind of whispers to himself, "Have I really missed so much?" He shakes his head and he returns his attention back to Mordecai and says, "All right, just tell me where these resources are stored and I'll get to work on this."
So, the metals themselves will be kept in similarly colored metal boxes. We do that to avoid mixing up the Quicksilver with just the mercury. If you're able to keep those two separate from each other, I'm just going to say make sure you keep those two separate. You don't want to breathe in the fumes if they mix.
Hunter's Moon has a vague recollection and says, "Yeah, I've been there, done that."
As you're remembering the scent of that gas, you actually feel your eye twitch a little bit as it tears up.
Hunter's Moon kind of just rubs his eye and just brushes it off and gets to work on arranging the materials to the correct boxes.
You make pretty good headway until you realize that the crate of Quicksilver is 150 pounds.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You start recollecting what you know about the material, and as you're thinking it through, remembering the conquest that you remembering stories of conquest from throughout the world about how rare this material is, you're fairly certain that kind of or that amount of Quicksilver could easily rival that of one of the great noble houses in Illyria.
The Hunter's Moon kind of just shakes his head in almost amazement and looks over towards Mordecai and says, "I'm surprised that you don't have more people coming through here with this amount of Quicksilver you hoard."
That's because we sent most of it out back towards the mountain near Kesselholm. I mean, that's just what they could carry for the day.
Hunter's Moon just kind of widens his eyes and says, "They make that trek almost every day?"
Not necessarily. It's more like they send someone out each dawn. They don't make the trek one way. That would be almost impossible. the distance from Drakenheim to well, the Octomalt itself isn't too far from Drakenheim, but it's still over 100 miles. We tried to do it in big bunches, but it just kept getting stolen. So, we figured that there's so much of this material, we send one person out on different routes each day. No one knows what they are. More than likely, all of it's going to get, or almost all of it's going to get to where we want it. And if one shipment gets lost, meh. We'll find it either way. Our clerics have a way to track that stuff down.
I'm surprised that the Queensmen haven't double-crossed you and tried to take many of these shipments for themselves.
Half of that crate is for them. We have a policy of if someone pays for something, regardless of how we feel of them, we still finish the order for them.
I'm real tempted to make a Switzerland joke right now.
There's... Granted, most of that's largely going to be wasted just through the refining process, but the material itself, if used in small amounts, is something that'll... Honestly, it'll last us months. Right now, the Queen of Thieves says that she'll leave us alone and let us keep our supplies so long as we uphold our deal. However, even with that, we aren't making enough to really get through.
And what would happen in the event that you don't meet your supply demand? I have to ask, how do you protect yourselves? I know you have the cannons, but well, if what happened with Mel is any indication.
He puts down the hammer and leads you over towards the side of the battlement. And well, you can't see too far, but he points towards the far side of the crater that is still visible, which isn't even across the crater, it's just maybe 200 or 300 feet down the rim. And you just see about a half dozen similar looking encampments that seem to be completely charred and ruined and cratered. If we don't meet our quota, they continue. If we don't meet our quota, we only have 1 or 2 more chances before they blow up this one. And that's if they get to us before the things in the crater do.
And none of you have ever considered packing up and leaving.
The delirium alone is priceless. Most of us are here not to make a profit, but to be able to send money home. The Iron Helms are very proud. We don't want to leave this place alone because just with the few of us working here, we're able to make sure our families back in the mountains aren't going to go hungry even if none of them work.
Hunter's Moon just kind of shakes his head and says, that's the kind of conviction I can respect out here.
Yeah. Last King of Drakenheim held that respect too.
Hunter's Moon kind of just shakes his head and says, you'll have to forgive me. My memory is not what it was. Who was the last king?
I believe his name was Ulrich, but that's Uh, hey, Sean, which Ulrich was it? Sean shouts back. Believe it was the fourth one. King Ulrich von Kessel the Fourth.
Hunter's Moon kind of just rubs his scalp through his hood and says, I really have missed far too much.
Well, yeah. King Ulrich the Fourth has been missing, or hasn't been seen since the meteor fell, and the civil wars were after the meteor.
You'll have to forgive me. I don't know the complete timeline.
I can send it to you.
Yeah, I'll give it a read over.
There's a lot of interesting stuff in there, like Tarna's meteor.
Yeah, I think you sent a screenshot of that.
Page 14 of Sebastian Crow's. It's 2 pages of shit.
Okay, I'll have it open for later.
Yeah. Meteor fell 15 years ago. King Ulrich, King Ulrich ruled for about 25 years before the meteor fell.
He's been dead for a long time. He's allowed to have Alzheimer's.
Right.
He's been dead for almost 7 years.
Fair enough.
Who wouldn't forget shit?
And I already have things written for that backstory.
Damn you, Zigathy.
Hey, you cried over the last 2 things I wrote for you.
No, I didn't.
Alright. Then we'll move over to Bastille. Bastille, you're stationed over the site of the battlements with... Fuck, I give up on names. His name is Jim. Too many names for me to keep track of.
So,
The crater itself is almost awe-inspiring. Not just from how massive it is and how it looks to be so close to it, but just seeing the fact that you can't even see to the bottom of the crater. The haze is just too thick. No, that is not thick with 2 C's.
You had me thinking.
About to make Lucretia Mathias thick just to torture you.
what does it? So, Jim, does it get crazy up here?
How long you been in the city?
Not too. For a while now. Can't remember how long I've been in.
Realistically, as far as this campaign's been going, it's been like a week at most.
Okay. About a week or so.
I promise you, whatever you've seen outside those walls compares to nothing I've seen out what's coming out of that crater. I saw something bigger than a house coming out. It took a full barrage of all of our cannons pointing at it just to get it to run away. We didn't even kill it.
How monstrous. Was it running this way?
Every now and then, things come out of the crater and try to attack our encampments. Personally, I think they're hunting the delirium. But everyone else thinks that they're just hungry. We've heard... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think it makes sense that they would want the delirium.
There's stories of some of the miners who's gone down there saying that there's some kind of massive snake. Just something bigger than you could imagine that just ruptures out of the ground if you get too close.
Oh.
Emily.
Together. I was thinking that, but have you had anything got close to the encampment?
Few times. Whatever bodies we can't burn, we just kind of kick back into the crater. We had one of the encampments a couple weeks ago get overran, but we were able to take it back. Poor bastards were gone and mutated before we could even get there.
Did you lose most of the lives there?
The only one we found was Old Greena. And we think the only reason why she lived was because she was downstairs in the fruit cellar.
Haze gets. Makes me wonder what can come out of there. Anything.
There's a lot of stories that get told about that place. There's some stories that it not just a crater, but it connects to other places, other worlds.
Like other. Think. Damn, I'm trying to think. Sorry.
No worries.
I think this meteor's from another world. Have we even ever seen anything like this before?
I've never seen it.
I have not.
And from what I hear, our clerics don't know what's going on either. Although, if you're gonna listen to anyone, I suggest you don't listen to the weird people that willingly go down there unprotected. There's a bunch of weirdos that go down there every few days. They send a bunch in, but only a couple ever come out.
Sounds foolish.
If you see those fallen fire people, just stay away from them.
You don't agree with him?
They've attacked a couple of the encampments, trying to say that we're ruining their. I think they said it was like their sacred charcoal, saying that we're bastardizing it.
Huh. They're believing that this has religious properties?
From what I hear, a bunch of them actually stabbed themselves with it.
What?
They say that it's some sort of rite of passage.
Them damn Republicans and their fossil fuels.
We're past. What the fuck?
I've already told you once, Moose, we're not allowed to burn old people just to keep you warm. That's not what makes a fossil fuel.
Trying to think what to say, motherfuckers.
As much as I love having serious moments like this, it's good to break it up with a little bit of comedy.
I have that Spider-Man nervousness fucking joke telling. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm trying so much to put more world building and mystery into this, especially since in the other game we didn't get to play with the crater too much.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I like that y'all are talking about the crater, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm a little new with role playing stuff, so thank you for getting attention.
It,
Alright.
you talk with him for about another 20 or so minutes before he points something out to you. You see something walking around in the haze. At first you think it's an ogre, but judging the distance and seeing that there's a lip of the crater about 80 feet before it makes you believe it's way too big to be an ogre.
Oh.
He says, that's the kind of thing we usually deal with. Now, we don't like to fire upon them unless they start walking towards us. Just because there is an off chance there's a lot more than what we can see. But the moment they start coming towards here, we open hell. If you want, you can actually get a, you can actually give me a perception check.
Okay. I'm scared. It's bigger than an ogre. Perception.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
hey.
Alright, I thought I had a token of this little bastard. It seems that I didn't.
We do love our wisdom. Let's go.
Not Garnier.
Hey, yo, what?
What? Why are we talking?
Alright, so I'm just gonna fucking open up the PDF and take the picture that way because it's gonna be so much goddamn easier. Non-player or monsters, new monsters. That's easier.
Can't stop thinking about a bird going, it's free real estate.
It's fine. It's just a giant monster.
Oh, no, yeah, nothing to worry about. Nothing.
It's gonna climb over. It's gonna climb over the barricades, over the cannons. Talks specifically to Bastille and says, "Give me them toes.
Oh no.
Give me them web.
Give me them webbed duck toe." Are you regretting hanging out with us yet?
No.
No.
That'll change.
Yes.
No, I have had enough bad D&D experiences that this is just like, nah, it's gonna be hard to like
Alright.
ever get anywhere close to bad.
I believe now Bastille should be able to see it in the little image tab for the journal.
Figure. Yeah. Okay.
That is what you see.
Oh, that is.
And from what you gathered, this thing is easily over 30 feet tall.
You tell me this thing's over 30.
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit. I love D&D. All right.
So we stand on top of each other, and we can maybe make it to half height. And
Man,
Yeah, we can wave our arms a little bit and maybe get an intimidation check on it.
When we gonna play
Okay.
chicken with?
Yeah, we're either gonna scare it or we're gonna look like bait. And in a perfect world, both.
You're telling me you deal with these things regularly?
Well, every week we have to deal with a couple waves of them. I don't know
Makes
why.
me feel-
I was looking at OBS real quick, and I saw my dragon PNG. Don't fucking know why, but when I looked back at the other screen for Roll20, I expected the dragon to be there. It's on OBS, dipshit. I haven't
Makes
had
you-
Drink
enough
water,
Monster yet.
dumbass.
Drink water.
Drink water, dumbass.
I haven't
Oh,
had
maybe
any
I-
alcohol today.
You
Oh,
should
shit.
still drink more water.
Fuck you, I'm having
Maybe
a
you
Monster
need
Java.
more.
That is not water. That is bean water.
You're about to have
Reminds
these
me of-
hands.
Reminds me of the dead terrorist. Maybe I need more water. Makes me feel safe to be behind these walls.
Don't get too comfortable. That thing is capable of ripping these cannons and throwing them.
How much resources have you lost to these things?
More than I care to admit. Granted, we hold our own more often than not. And most of the time, we lose little more than sending someone to the infirmary. But that's only so long as we can keep our resources here. If we're gonna get a chance to avoid the Queen's Men, we need someone who can actually find the Queen's Men before they enter camp. You said that you work with the Academy right now, right?
Yes, we are working.
They're gonna have to provide security of some sort.
I think I will talk to them about that. I'll see that you will get your resources and not have the Queensmen take it away. I hear they don't just deal with delirium. What do they take more from you?
That's not so much what they take, it's what they destroy.
Destroy?
They destroy our tools. They'll destroy our supplies. We've lost thousands of gold worth of metals and countless in rare materials. It costs us over 700 gold just to get the singular unicorn hide, and they'll burn it just to make an example.
Just to show you that they're in control?
Yeah. Hard to tell if they care about the money or if they just care about tormenting us. We've tried fighting back, but they always find their way back in.
I'll do my hardest to fight. To make sure that you have your resources.
Oh, they gonna get a fist up their ass.
Oh, we're gonna get a boot. Maybe this staff might go up.
The night grows long, and you are woken up pretty late at night to cannon fire.
Oh,
You look out and see one of the other encampments has what looks like almost a dozen of those figures you saw, Bastille, charging at it with a few dozen smaller creatures.
And to know, you just said only is this encampment doing cannon fires or only the other one?
Only the other one right now. But after a few moments, you do see some of the people in the higher spots taking shots at whatever they can from that distance. It's easily over 400 feet to the next encampment.
That's not. Do they need our help?
Even if we tried, we wouldn't make it in time.
There's too many of those things.
What we try to do is bring some of them over here. We try to bring some of them, split them up, and if we could take out a few from here, we do.
Oh, divide and conquer.
You do see one of the dwarves on top of the tower reloading what looks like a long rifle.
Oh?
He puts in a octarine glowing shell and fires it. You see the shell darting through the sky at blistering speed before impacting one of these large figures. Arcs of lightning shoot out of the body before it bursts into flames, and the flames themselves freeze, causing the monster to topple over and fall back into the crater.
What was that? What did he just shoot?
It's an experiment. They're taking bits of delirium that they can, stuff that's too small or too damaged to make into anything useful, bind it up with any kind of material that'll hold it, and that's what happens. It's not safe. You tell people not to use it unless they feel like losing a hand.
Well, that thing just topples one of those things over.
It's not dead, though. It's just frozen.
What?
It's just frozen. It just got knocked over from the weight.
But it's gonna get back up.
Eventually. Just gotta hope that it takes long enough, or it takes too long for that ice to melt. It is around this time that the rest of the party is able to get to the edge of the encampment if they wanted to.
Yeah, Hunter's Moon is just
Yeah.
walking over silently, just listening to this conversation, and mutters a prayer of Arwen for the people in the other encampment.
I
Oh, that's
believe it is only safe to show you the figure that he saw.
Yeah, look at that thing.
Anna is also heading over.
I'm about to be scared.
You see why I was scared?
I'm waiting.
It's huge.
Yes, Anna?
What? I was saying I'm also heading over there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You see what looks... you see the other encampment moving around the cannons and just opening fire whenever they can. It's almost... You can't make out the fine details from this distance, but it almost looks like they're reloading the cannons as they're moving them. You hear some shrieking and yelling from the other encampment before one of those large figures just ruptures in a fountain of gore and fire. That's one. Usually first one falls, a couple more do, and almost on cue, you see a half dozen of the smaller figures burst into lightning and ice and just different kinds of magical pulses rip through them as these cannons fire.
Hunter's Moon is snacking on on like little nuts as he's watching this. It's like watching a cinema for him.
I'm
Can I
sure, yeah.
take pot shots with Eldritch Blast?
You able to reach 400 feet?
Oh, it's 400 feet. Shit, never mind. I think Eldritch Blast is like 120.
Hey yo, can we get that? Can we get the Delirium Pirate sniper rifle now?
Yeah, okay. A monk just shooting.
You do see some of the cannons in this encampment are being moved and firing into the direction, but they don't fire any closer than about 100 feet to the edge of the encampment. A few of the smaller creatures do hear the explosion and start running over, but they're just easily picked off by the rifle fire of the dwarves. This whole process of trying to distract them, pull them in, and just buying the other encampment time lasts for about 30 minutes before you see the large bulk of them either collapsing to the ground or these massive hulking figures running back into the crater. You see another one starting to turn around before the sound of thunder emanates from there, and this figure is just hurtled deep into the crater.
That's cool.
Holy shit!
That is
And it looks like they woke up Johann.
Johann.
Who's Johann?
Who is
Who is
this
Johann?
Johann?
Who is this?
Johann is, I believe the common word is battlecaster. He has a hammer that he enchanted himself that is able to store spells.
Oh,
One of his favorite things is something that pushes things away just so he can make a spectacle of hitting someone with the hammer.
How effective have they been driving back Johann?
Johann has been here since before the Civil Wars.
So not very well.
Johann is a dwarf.
Oh,
yeah. I did not notice that either.
Yeah, Johann was the one that hit the Haze Hulk.
okay.
Understand.
Uh, Unfortunately, none of you are core casters.
Nope.
God
What's
damn
a
it!
forecaster?
Basically, someone whose classes that are primary focus is casting, rather than
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume that would be something like wizard.
Mage, one of the Mageborns, or honestly, clerics would be too. But I've always figured that Hunter's Moon primary focuses the monk aspect.
Yeah, I punch the shit out of things.
Like, he knows
Yeah,
some magic, but he does it mostly out of devotion.
Yeah.
And I remember reading Arcane Hand Monk. They're not Mageborns, so
Nope.
Isn't your backstory like you're descended of being Mageborn,
I do have family that are Mageborn. Yes,
but you're not?
I'm not. No.
Okay.
It actually makes sense because the aspects of being Mageborn can be very sporadic. To where in the cases that it can jump entire generations before appearing once.
Oh, so okay, good.
Um,
So it does work.
Yeah, and while I can, yeah, while I'm like mystic, so I think, um, I can't remember all that.
Mageborn are specifically wizards, warlocks, bards, and sorcerers.
Yeah.
Basically, for the
And
sake
while I
of
can cast that, it's not the focus.
For the basis of world building, Mageborns are those who are the descendants of those who made pacts with other beings to learn magic. And while those who aren't Mageborn can learn arcane magics, the Academy themselves kind of look at them as dabblers rather than actual mages.
Gotcha.
You know, their belief is
Yeah.
any fool can cast a cantrip or two, but it takes talent to actually master the arcane.
So TLDR, we suck.
Meh.
I mean, I don't really consider myself sucking, but that's
Well,
that's
we're
okay.
not gifted with magic. We just kind of steal it.
We just steal. Yeah, Moose.
It is funny that we don't have a single actual arcane caster.
Well, we
That
would
is
have taken was here, but yeah.
Yeah. Hexblade,
Well,
Hexadin.
Yeah, my family one of my family members that was Mageborn taught me. Yeah.
Like I said, really anyone can learn a cantrip if they put the effort in, but
Mm-hmm.
for the sake of game balance, you gotta take a class that can learn a cantrip.
Yeah.
Devil sitting side by side.
It's actually
Yeah,
not a
I
good.
yeah, I've got like all this like stuff that lightly uses magic.
Oh, God damn
I
it.
can cast first level spell. Once.
I'll punch you in
a
the
day.
face and then I'll shoot you with a magic missile.
Alright, so we've been going for a little bit, so we're gonna take a little intermission here.
Okay.
Because I should probably get some extra drink and maybe snack a slice or two of pizza. So,
Oh no.
be back in about 10-ish minutes.
Okay. I need to get some aspirin. My headache.
Everyone diss Zig in chat for having pizza and not sharing it with me.
You have sloppy
check-
joes, you sloppy hoe.
Nah, meh.
It's true.
The only thing sloppy in this stream is Timmy.
Alright, I'll see y'all in a little bit. And we return with a couple of brats throwing a fit in my ear.
I buy my friends games to fucking to indebt them to me.
I will buy you 2 more right now out of spite.
See what I mean? See what I mean, chat? You're witness.
I will buy you a tub of gamer subs out of spite. I have your address.
It's funny that you say that.
I totally didn't just buy a tub of lean with legally distinct Bo Jiden.
What?
It's fucking Jover, man.
Oh no.
I mean, we all know that the current president of the U.S. doesn't wear Groucho Marx glasses.
Not with that attitude.
Alright. So, you just saw one of the other encampments push off an attack from the creatures in the crater. And you saw one of them get fucking home run batted by assuming, or by what you would assume to be a dwarf.
Is this the? Wait, I remember the. You just said the name.
Johan.
Johan. Johan. Gotta remember, Gohan, Johan.
I mean, you could also just remember the gas bitch from Hellboy 2.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Awesome movie, yeah.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
still haven't seen either of the Hellboy movies.
Watch Ron Perlman. Don't watch the other one.
Yeah, don't watch the other one.
The one had a good premise, had some good special effects, but the writing just fell apart.
The scene, the apocalypse scene with the monsters was pretty fucking awesome, but
That was
other than
cool.
that, it was mid.
You can't tell me what to watch.
This is
Watch
true.
what I want
No,
to.
you're right. I can just tell you what not to watch.
Like, Moose has
Exactly.
been telling me not to
Fuck.
watch Die Hard.
Shut up.
Yeah,
You
you
haven't
shut
even
your
watched
damn mouth.
Tombstone.
Die Hard
Never-
has not aged well.
Don't even start with me.
Okay,
You
you
need-
know how much, the whole premise of one of the characters is a cop who accidentally shot a kid because he was playing with a toy, and we're supposed to feel sympathy for that character.
Yes, but you also realize that Die Hard is supposed to be haha funny action movie that you get high to during Christmas time, right?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoy it still. I just that
I
part
also
has not aged well.
I also haven't seen
At all.
Fern Gully.
You're a bitch. You suck nuts for a living.
You need to grab your beer and watch Tombstone, dude.
Seriously,
Come
I'm
on.
tempted to just like yeet my ass all the way over there, order some Domino's, get some beer, and sit your ass down and watch Fern Gully, Tombstone, and the Die Hard series.
Oh, there's
I
so many.
haven't watched Tombstone either.
Red is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another Bruce.
I'm ignoring Ozma's comment, by the way.
But
It's
back
fine.
to
I'll just watch back to TV actually.
back to Johan.
Back to Johan.
Speaking of which, I've never seen Back to the Future either. So.
You mother.
So, the night goes on. The question is, do you go back to sleep? Or are you too on edge after seeing that?
Well, see, my lovely DM, you forget that Hunter's Moon does not need to sleep.
Say that, but does he really want to be around a bunch of dwarves all night?
Well, it's fine. He can go into a vegetable-like meditative state.
I think I can keep watching.
I'm gonna keep watch just in case Mel decides to come over.
Yeah, I'll keep watch. 'Cause I say I'm on edge. I just saw this crazy shit. I'm not gonna go to bed.
I am going to go to bed because I chose the personality traits I don't run from evil. The evil runs from me, and I refuse to become a victim, and I will not allow others to be victimized. And they seem to have their shit down, so I think I'm good to take a nap.
So, what is Sprock doing?
Sprock's gonna stay up for a little while longer, just at the battlements, looking out in case anything comes. Because yeah, after seeing all that, he's itching for a fight. But if nothing comes after a while, he will go to bed.
As the night drags on, a rare sight is seen over Drakenheim. The night sky seems to open up just enough to see the moon. You're able to see the distinct light of the moon shedding down through the clouds, through the aurora of the delirium haze, and through the octarine clouds that cover the crater. Hunter's Moon, you feel almost as if you're being watched. And the aurora from the haze being. The aurora from the haze reacts with the moonlight, generating small sparks in the air before several bolts of octarine lightning strike down into the crater. You hear the shrieking of something inside the crater reverberating through the ground and into your very chest. You have memories of a battle. A battle from so very long ago. You remember the roar of the soldiers and the thunder of the charge that was only hailed and to be almost silent in comparison to the roar of the great beast that erupted from the tree line, and just the wind coming off of this creature was overwhelming enough to knock you from your mount, and you snap back to the present.
Hunter's Moon having this vision, he's currently sitting on his knees and in kind of in a prayer position, as he was trying to close his eyes in prayer and let the moonlight hit him, giving him a sort of empowerment. And as this vision fades, I want to make a check just to see if I can maintain my focus or if it's too much for me and it snaps me out of it. So I'll just make,
That'd be
I don't
wisdom.
know, a wisdom save.
Yeah. As a 20.
So yeah, as he has this vision, he struggles for a moment, and he you can tell that he's like struggling back and forth in his head as he's having this vision, but it calms down, and as it ends, he takes a look at the only thing that he brought with him uh from before he met any of you, which is just a little pendant. A little pendant that is covered in blood and is in the shape of like a dragon's head with amber eyes. And he just whispers something inaudible to himself. The only words that you can hear are Mother Arwen and patience.
Satan, is that you? I heard someone at my door.
Oh,
It's probably one of the animals.
Mailman Billy.
Hey, hon. Honey bun,
he's delivering more than
is
letters.
Daisy in here?
Yo,
I heard
Mr.
something
McBilly's
out the door.
delivered a lot more than letters.
More than
Can I
letters.
check? Let me see if I can.
This is understood.
By the way, if either one of
Oh
you
yeah, that's Daisy.
want to make a check for that
Or
for that necklace, you absolutely can.
there, but I don't.
What check would that?
Hey, herniated discs.
Probably
Take care of
either
your
a
spines,
perception
kid.
or history check.
History, and what was the first one?
History or perception.
There you go, puppy.
I think I would go
Oh, hello,
for
my sweetie.
perception.
Hello, mascot.
Okay, go ahead.
Were you playing?
I'm saying that because I have a lot more. I will make it.
Are you playing?
Ooh.
You're
Okay.
shoving her dragon toy against my leg again.
But still, you would note that you have only seen a necklace like that a handful of times in your life, and the most familiar sight of it to you was when you had a friend who was working in the mercenary business, who owned a necklace just like that.
How'd you get that?
I'm sorry.
That necklace. How did you get it?
I'm unsure. I had it with me ever since I awoke, and it has a strange familiarity to it.
Hmm.
I'm not sure why, but I feel an emotional connection to it, and it brings me comfort. It's the
Sorry,
only thing that I ever had. It's the only thing I ever was able to hold on to.
Oh, I'm sorry for the hostility. I just remember someone I knew had that same looking necklace you got.
Yes, it is rare to find a necklace such as this. Before I became part of this group, I went to an appraiser who couldn't tell me much about the necklace's origins. Although he did say that only the highest of noble families were able to hold on to them. Though I recalled no recollection of me being of nobility.
But you can see my curiosity of why you have it.
Indeed, your curiosity and mine are equal.
I'll leave you to your plan.
He nods his head and continues holding the necklace to his chest tightly.
That was awesome.
The sun eventually rises, and with it, you see Ericos returning to the camp. Not really noticing when the fuck he even left.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
It's Ericos, I never notice him.
Say that until you have the next hangover.
Or acid in the face.
Can't even say anything about
Or until you need something punched in the throat.
I can tell you this, I'd have a lot more jerky if it wasn't for him.
That's the price of doing business.
Technically, I don't have to pay him at all.
But you chose to.
I did choose to, out of pity.
You say that, but you also thanked me for the hangover cure.
Yeah. Hey, how about you stop making sense?
I mean, I'll stop making sense the moment that you help me carry this fucking head to a table.
I don't see no gas station. There's no common sense.
Shut up. I roll my eyes and I help you with whatever bullshit you're doing.
Ericos is dragging one of the heads of the monsters that was shot with the cannon.
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah, I'm helping.
Let's go.
I'm also helping.
I'm gonna help her see what's going on.
So
Mhm.
he looks over at Sprock and says, "You're the one that can put it on the table, right?"
Yeah.
I'll let you bite it if you do it.
Okay.
Goes ahead and does it.
See, this is why I like goblins. They make sense. So, as the head is put onto the table,
People.
technically I have a spine injury. I have an excuse. What's yours?
I get to laugh at silly words.
But as the head's put onto the table, you see him putting out pretty much his entire alchemy kit.
Oh,
Looks over at
Ooh.
Sparks like, well,
You
go ahead before I start
also-
dumping stuff on it.
Ooh, you also do alchemy?
Ericos is an apothecary, which is one of the class, or is the homebrew class in Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakenheim. Specifically, he is a mutagenist. And it's scary when he does his stuff.
Yeah, he works with like gamma rays and shit.
1d10 1d10 plus proficiency bonus plus apothecary level per hit.
oh
Jesus.
my lord.
So he looks at the head, starts writing down the dimensions of the head, takes the tongue out, and just pulls the tongue out, which stretches almost 4 times longer than it originally looked. Says, hold this, before putting the end of the tongue into Bastille's hand, running over to the other end and chopping it with his sword, only for the tongue to fling out and smack one of the dwarves in the face.
Did I have the tongue
Um,
in my head?
You're still holding the tongue.
What the
Do you need magic sword? Is sword not magic?
No, the tongue was under tension, then he cut the end near the head, and it just
okay.
slingshot it into one of the dwarves' faces.
Gotcha.
Puncher's Moon cannot help but chuckle.
Can I like?
He starts studying over it, looking at it, says, I've never actually been able to play with one of these before.
A tongue?
No. I've played with those before, usually outside of a brothel.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yep.
He starts checking out different chemicals and the reactions of it. And as you start gathering close to see what he's doing, he takes this massive syringe, jams it up underneath the eye, and uses his entire weight to thrust it in before pulling back on the plunger. And you see gray matter as well as different colors of green and purple fluids filling this syringe.
Ooh.
What in the name of the mother is that?
I'm gonna assume what was once a brain. You know, that thing you used to have?
Ha ha, very funny.
No food for you.
You say that, but the dwarves already
Brains
fed
are for weaklings.
Ah, damn it.
me. He pulls the syringe out before pulling out the eye of the monster, drops a couple, then pours a couple drops of one of these odd green vials on it, and the very moment that the liquid comes in contact with the eye, you see it bubbling, melting, and popping. And you just hear him say, "Alright, so that one works."
You have odd ways of amusing yourself.
Well, this is the easiest way to test new mixtures. Unless you would prefer me to test something called ocular necrosis on you.
Touch me, and I'm sinking you to the bottom of the lake.
Oh, it wouldn't be touching. I'd just be spraying it in your eye.
Fuck this. I'm going to watch the cannons.
Preferably not. I need eyes to see.
And that's why I'm playing with the head.
Yeah.
Now, here's the
'Cause
interesting...
he's dead.
Here's the interesting thing about these. Is that the strength of these monsters does not seem dependent on what they once were. He points to what looks like a burnt mark on the side of this creature's face, sprays a bit of water onto it before rubbing it, and you see it's clearly the brand of it's the brand of a thief. Someone who had been caught stealing so many times that it warranted his face being branded. And although it's very torn and mutilated, you see a distinct set of numbers running up the length of the brand that you would assume is the date that he was branded. See, typically, when Drakenheim would brand these people, it would be dependent completely on their weight where they did it, because they needed enough flesh that wouldn't change too much. Usually they do it on the back or the shoulders for your average person, but those who didn't have enough meat there, well, they got the worst of it. They got it to the face. This guy couldn't have been more than 120 pounds before he got branded. And if he died during the meteor, he could have been the same weight. He takes one of the hammers. It's about a 2-pound hammer, before smacking the head with it, and says, "Listen." Smacks it one more time, and you hear a hissing coming from the skull. A lot of these creatures, if you rupture the body, they will explode. But only if they're exposed to contaminated air. If you only break the bone but not the skin, they don't detonate.
You'll have to remember that one.
It's tricky, but there's a few spells that I've seen that actually attack the organs and not the flesh. He does a few more tests before taking a couple samples of the flesh. Says, "Well, there's not too much else I can do with this for now. Anyone want to try some of it cooked?"
Sure.
Why not?
Hunter's
Doesn't
Moon
sound
just
like
kind of waves his hand and
good
makes the
idea.
excuse of, "Well, I don't have to eat."
Oh yeah, you don't have to.
should I try spells to see if they make it blow up?
Maybe not in camp.
Yeah,
He's just head. How much
Alright.
damage can it do?
He he motions for a couple of the dwarves to take the head. Says, just roll it down that hill there. And he grabs the tongue out of Bastille's hands and slaps it on the table.
Okay.
well, damn.
If you want to try to
If
shoot the
I-
head, you can.
Yeah. So
Shoot
I
the
will.
head.
I will try, because you said destroying organs or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I don't know what spells will do, so I want to see if I want to cast Toll of the Dead on it.
So
I don't know. I don't think the severed head. I don't think the spell save DC is high enough for that severed head.
So as you cast the spell, you've never
Make sure the dwarves are out of the way first, by the way.
Oh, this is well down a hill. You know how
Just
like
making sure.
you know how with a crater it makes like that hill on the outside of it?
Yeah.
This is just rolling down that hill when you cast it.
Oh,
So as you cast the spell, you notice that it makes contact, but you immediately notice that the head itself starts vibrating and bouncing around as it's rolling down the hill before imploding on itself and exploding at about a 20-foot radius.
Okay. Good to know.
You just gave me a wonderful idea.
who's that dude with a knife over
It is, while you're doing this, Ericos does start cutting up the tongue and just throwing it into a skillet.
Fuck's sake.
You see him digging through his bag, putting a couple different things on it. A little bit of salt, a couple other minerals he's found. He doesn't have much in the way of seasoning, but he knows how to make it taste not like shit. It just tastes like dirt.
Hunter's Moon looks at this thing with one eye bigger than the other as if his brow is raised as Ericos is doing this and says, I'm glad I'm unable to vomit.
You don't know unless you try. Want some?
there.
I take it in my hand and then I throw it to Bastille.
I grab it up. I go, here, Sprock.
So, whoever is wishing to eat the tongue, I'm gonna need a constitution save.
Yeah, my character has a 16 wisdom. She may be dumb, but she's not unwise. So that seems very unwise. Which is why I wasn't eating that.
I have a high. Oh,
Fucking
Sprock?
Sprock,
Okay.
dude. Fucking
damn, Sprock.
Well, Sprock's a fucking barbarian. What do you expect?
yeah.
Is Bastille taking a bite?
No. Yeah, I've tried tongue.
Try tongue butthole.
I have a high wisdom, but whatever.
Constitution.
I know, but I mean, I'm not being wise right now.
I was gonna say, at least you don't have a negative to your constitution.
Yeah.
Where's my concept? I am having a hard time.
Your constitution is 14. So you have a +2 to your con.
Yeah, your saves are in the top box next to your stats.
Oh, I found it. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So you do gain a level of contamination. And I'm gonna need you to roll a d6.
Oh shit.
Yes. Yes.
You're only saying yes because there's no happening.
No, because mutations
Okay.
are funny.
It's
You're-
fine.
you're
Anna
safe.
will love you no matter what.
You're safe. You have to
Okay.
roll equal to or less than the number of levels of contamination you have in order to mutate.
Oh damn. Would have been cool.
And at level 1 contamination, no symptoms. Or at least nothing that is gameplay effective.
Okay, I ain't taking a bite, but just out of curiosity.
Shut up.
But
Lift the
Brock,
fish
when
up.
you take a bite of it, it's weirdly spicy in a way you haven't had. Like, it doesn't really burn, but it makes your tongue tingle.
I think that's your. But still, I think that's your herpes coming back.
But still, however, when you take a bite, it is a combination of the most tart and the most sour thing you've ever had in your life.
Okay.
To where
Ugh.
you have almost a full body physical reaction to it.
You see me cringe and drop the pig. Oh,
You okay, Beastie?
I don't know what they just gave me, cuz.
You do see some of the other dwarves gathering around and just taking plates of this stuff.
You're fucking fine.
I grab my water skin out of my pack and I start drinking it and scrubbing my tongue.
I'm surprised you
You
haven't
need,
had shit like that at your family reunions.
Do you need Heimlich?
He's just being a big baby.
Leave me alone.
My cooking is fine. Not my fault that you're not used to Drakenheim.
Still, are you a white Laneshi?
I'm a fish. Leave me alone.
Ah, so he's tilapia.
I'm a mystic. Damn it.
Yeah, I've had to eat so much worse out in the city. This was tasty. Yeah, must have it again sometime.
You know,
Whoa.
it almost tastes like the fish folk.
Yeah, wouldn't
What?
know. Not even one of those.
I have a shit-eating grin looking at Bastille and Anna through my mask.
I just look over at Hunter and I go, fuck off.
He's
What's the matter?
fine. If he tries to kill you, I kill him first.
What's the matter? Hayes got your tongue?
I mean, says the person who didn't eat it, so.
Yeah, I don't have to eat. Sounds like a skill issue to me.
Do you need me to force it down your throat? I can help.
Good luck trying to get it through the mask.
That sounds like a challenge. I grab. Is there any left?
There's still some, yeah.
I grab some and try to force it in the mask.
I am making a contested check.
All right.
Okay, what's
Athletics for Anna, then for Hunters. We're gonna count this as a grapple.
Okay.
So
I-
either
can
athletics or acrobatics for Hunters.
Can I
then.
help? Can I help my?
Oh!
Wait a minute.
I don't
Wait a
need
minute.
to.
Knowledge of a past life.
No.
Come here, Daisy.
Can I help my cousin?
Shit.
You know, this is one of the few times that I say PvP is allowed because it's ultimately harmless.
This is just a goof.
Hunter's Moon, give me a Constitution save.
I win these. I fucking win these. I win these.
All right.
No.
As it's forced into your mouth. Hello, mascot. As it's forced into your mouth, you swear it tastes almost like applewood smoked bacon.
I pause for a little bit. I mean, first things first, I shove Anna off of me, and I'm like, get the hells off of me. And then I take a minute, and I'm chewing it, and I'm like looking around, and I'm like, you are not saying a fucking word to Ericos.
Ericos is just sitting there with the fucking hat on that he took from one of the dwarves.
Oh yeah, no, Anna's on the ground laughing.
You did something to my piece, didn't you, Ericos?
No, you're just a bitch.
You're a mother.
Who's
Son
a
of a
tuna?
bitch.
Listen, I've had the dwarves like it. Sprock likes it. Hunter's Moon likes it. You're the only one who didn't like it.
I'm not
Exactly.
saying
What did you do?
I'm like
Fuck, I'm a
trying.
sucker for peer pressure now. I'm gonna have to try it.
Wow.
Where you? Oh, I swear.
All right,
I'm
Constitution
shoving
save
it-
if you're eating it.
Oh, hold on. I'm shoving it down your gullet.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Constitution
That's
save.
100% fair. I'm not even gonna like resist. This is 100% fair.
I
Like,
grab a piece of this cooked tongue, and just push it down into your mouth and close your jaw.
All right.
Come on.
All right, you do not gain contamination. As you're tasting it, you could almost swear that it tastes almost like slow roasted lamb.
You
oh
suck.
no,
You suck.
this tastes good. Maybe you are just bitch.
You're all bitches. You're all in on the plan. I know it.
Can I get a little piece of parchment and like a little bit of ink and stick it on Bastille's back and it just says tasteless?
It like you do notice a number of the dwarves are eating bits of the tongue and just laughing at what's going on.
Nope, wrong one. Hey. I'm writing the little tasteless note on a piece of parchment, and as Bastille and like Anna are having a family feud, I'm like putting this note on his. I got a 14 on sleight of hand. I don't know how well that's gonna go.
That's based off of his perception.
Oh.
So, but do I make a perception check?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, mother God, y'all suck.
Yes.
Alright.
Leave me alone.
I stick this note on your back, and as you two are arguing, I want to see if you even notice this. I want to see if you even notice.
What, do I have to roll something to notice, or
No. You
Here,
already did your
No,
thing.
I'm gonna. Yeah, no, I'll see if I notice.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you know.
I'm going to try to sneakily take the note off because I do care about my cousin. And I'm not
You
that much of a dick.
Are you doing it blatantly or stealthily?
Fuck you! I'm making a
Stealthily.
perception check.
Alright, that'd
I noticed that
that'd be-
shit.
Yeah, but Anna's able to get it off without Bestow noticing.
God damn it!
You do?
damn it?
I just give Anna like a death glare, and I'm like, couldn't. I just whispered to her, "Didn't let me have my moment."
I
It
wanted
is
to
Put my
around
tongue out.
this
want-
time that when the dwarves walks up to the table, the rest of the tongue, and just puts a small bag on the table. As it hits the table, you hear the slight jingling of coin, and you notice in this dwarf's hand, she's holding the scepter of Saint Vitruvio.
How'd that fall out of my pocket?
It just, things have a way of falling into my hands.
Finders keepers.
And I found it, did I not?
Dibs.
But I was told
Perhaps you need more notes.
I was told you wanted to discuss something.
Mm.
Something about you taking away some of my employees.
You would be from the Queensman.
Yes, I would. It is around this moment that this dwarf seems to grow almost an extra 2 feet tall without her appearance changing.
Oh, I swear to God. I swear to God.
What?
Hunt, you know what? Just out of the role playing thing, I'm gonna say that like Hunter's Moon kind of has an eerie suspicion, and says, like, okay, this dwarf is just growing. The appearance, other than that, is not changing, right?
Correct.
Okay. Hunter's
how-
Moon kind of Hunter's Moon kind of clenches his fist and says, "You know, if you're who I think you are and half the woman you say you are, you'll make your presence known."
I believe I just did.
Did that half shank just become a long shank?
She
that funny?
she takes the scepter and nudges the bag of gold forward and says, I believe efforts should be rewarded. And with the scepter, you've at least got my attention.
Then then now that you have the scepter, I expect that you honor the part of the deal. Your part of the deal.
My part of the deal is that I show up to negotiate. So I'm here to negotiate. There is something else I want. You say you want my people out of these camps, correct?
That's right.
I'm willing to do an exchange. Just this once. You do not have to worry. You're taking a business partner away from me. I would like you to replace that partner. There is a manor house. I'll give you directions. Fear not, I won't send you on a wild goose chase. There's a man named Oscar Yoren. You bring him this parchment and tell him to sign it. Convince him to sign it. And I will step away from the dwarves.
One guy signs a piece of parchment and you back away from a camp of dwarves. He must have
Absolute-
something pretty important.
He's an apothecary. And I'm sure you can see why someone of that occupation would be important and of deep interest to me.
Well, we'll make the offer. If he doesn't accept, I'll take a limb. And I'll keep taking a limb each time he refuses. You'll get your paper signed.
You
Well-
may not take a limb, because I do need him intact enough to write. You could simply take him and bring him to me.
Trust me, I can be persuasive.
I have no doubt you could, little Sprock. And I believe you are going by Hunter's Moon?
You're very perceptive.
I just wish to give proper thanks for someone who has served my home.
What would you know about my service?
I know exactly who you served under, and I know who you serve under now. For even if gold is not worth much, secrets always sell.
Is this sexual thing serving under? Or like the regular kind?
Oh, look,
The official kind? Well,
Look,
the
look, don't
official
say
kind
anything
can
about-
also
don't
be
say-
sexual stuff.
don't say anything about the bondage club, okay? Please, I beg you. I beg for all that is Arwen and holy, please.
The dwarf pokes her cheek and says, I haven't been to Liberia in such a time. I should visit again. But, as I said, you get that you get the parchment signed, or you bring little Oscar to me, and simply return either or to my people in Buckledown Row. Just, you may want to bring some money to get past the doorman.
Is Oscar literally little, or is Oscar like little, like not important, but kind of important because alchemy?
He's
I'm
just a
pretty sure-
stout man.
Yeah, I thought she was doing like that Hulk thing where she was like, "Ha, puny."
Now, in the book, he's only like 5'1".
Oh,
Oh, so he's just a little shorter than me.
Yeah.
I'm standing here with that big dick, almost 6 foot energy.
Right.
My character's 5'6", so
I think mine's 6'3".
So, I believe we have an understanding. These people are freed. Should I get Oscar? She extends her hand. Do we have a deal?
Guess so.
She shakes Brock's hand, hands over the parchment, and says, and if I may make a suggestion, if you're gonna eat something like that, you may want to clean it first.
Yeah, Ericos.
Ericos.
Nah,
I mean it tasted fine.
beggars can't be choosers.
You see Ericos dunk the remainder of the cooked meat into the water, or into the quenching pool next to the forge.
I almost want to give him a Gibbs smack on the back of the head.
I do really much.
I want to make it known that she can spot Hunter's Moon's, like, as she's shaking Sprock's hand. She can very clearly tell that Hunter's Moon is like, he has his arms folded and he's like shaking his head. He doesn't like this at all.
You do see her walk away, and every time she passes behind something, her form changes again and again before she passes behind uh, one of the poles of the battlement and just disappears entirely.
It's that cool that's cool magic. Maybe I can learn magic like that.
What would I have to roll in order to maintain my anger?
Typically wisdom. I do mental and emotional stuff for wisdom.
I do not hide this very well. I wanna say like that there's like this metal beam, like maybe like I don't know, like a post just holding up like a part of a weapon rack. I strike this thing as hard as I can with my bare hand.
You
I am pissed.
you knock it over, and about a dozen spears clatter to the ground.
Temper, temper. I thought I was bad enough.
Great, we got the USS Whiskey here.
Hunter's Moon then gathers himself as best as he could, and he kind of looks at the red blotches of blood that appear under his gauntlet, and he looks towards the party and just says, "I apologize. I'm not sure why such anger came over me. I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't happen again."
He's okay. Everyone get angry
No worries, my
sometime.
friend.
Someone give me my fucking meds.
Ericos walks up to you. He dumps some kind of liquid onto a cloth and offers it up to you. This should help you out.
Hunter's Moon nods his head, places the rag over his knuckles, and then tosses Ericos a piece of dried fruit. And no, Hunter's Moon does not know what it is or where it came from.
You don't toss it because the moment that it makes contact with your hand, it burns like crazy. I said it'd help you. It's gonna help you learn your lesson.
In which case, Hunter's Moon just drops it on the floor and goes, "Oh, son of a bitch!"
You can smell the distinct scent of lemon coming from your hand now.
Hunter's Moon just glares over at Ericos and he says, "How can such pain smell so nice?"
I can make it into a drink if you want.
No thanks.
Your loss. And he takes a swig.
I'm imagining that shit can run a car.
It is
Like
just
Luke's-
pure lemon juice.
Oh.
Spock opens the bag and sees how much gold's in.
There is 250 gold in there.
Handy. This could pay for our weapons.
Yeah, considering that I just got my shit yoinked.
And we only got like 10 minutes left, so I don't think it's a bad time to end it a little prematurely.
Alright.
But I had fun with this one.
This one was really fun.
This one was really, really fun.
I had a little bit of a crisis trying to figure out what the fuck to do, but I've proven to most time and time again I'm not bad at ad-libbing.
As my famous catchphrase of 2018 will indicate, buffed out.
I mean, I literally had none of this planned, other than just getting you to this camp.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, it's honestly impressive how readily you can just rely on your players to bullshit.
Well, it doesn't hurt that I've listened to almost the entirety of the podcast, gotten ideas that way, and playing through this before, I have an idea of what I want to include more into the story. And including stuff with the crater and what happens at the smithy was one of the big things I wanted to include. And to have our lovely guest be a little more of a present threat. You know you love it when she shows up.
Total bitch.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I really
no,
liked
I
it.
had fun.
And
A Zig game is always a good time.
I try, and again, I know the direction I want to take things, but it's impossible to account for what the players really want. So all I can really do is put down a couple bullet points of what I want to bring up.
Well, yeah, you couldn't really account for us fucking around with a tongue and a sticky note.
Well, it's not even just that, but there was always the chance that you were going to head straight back to Emberwood.
Yeah. But weapons.
True,
Weapons.
but there's all sorts of different angles that this could have gone, and I am very happy that I'm starting to get a little bit of a direction of where to take this. Again, we're only 7 sessions in.
And
Wait.
I've only made thumbnails for 4 of them.
Technically 5 because session 1 is the blank one,
Yeah.
but I'm having fun doing this because I can be a bit more of a bastard because I know what I can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know that my players trust me to just go with the direction I'm going. And if they have an issue, they'll bring it up. So, after dealing with redacted persons 1, 2, and 3, I'm a lot more confident in how I do my games.
Mhm.
But
The only issue that I have with this session is that I wasn't allowed to keep my sticky note on Bastille's back.
Look, I had to have backstory, and I chose cousins, and I wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah,
actually
whatever you
defend my
say, Vin
relative.
Diesel, choosing your damn family.
Wait,
And
did you
it's,
say you
Yeah,
fucked
this is
up
about
choosing your
family.
and it's always a wild card when you add a new player. Technically, we have another one on the way. It's just we can't talk about what that person has to do because I don't want to end up on a list. And we almost had another person come, but life gets in the way. And I'm going to say that for both people who had to drop out. And
Yeah.
not blaming them, shit happens. And
Yeah.
I'll take care of both of them when it comes. I have spots ready for them. But, for now, just gonna say, thank you for watching. Thank you to my amazing players for being here. Good night.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for watching.
thank you.
And remember, someone loves you.
I'm adopted.